What is the best animated movie and why? The Secret of NIMH. Stunning visuals, amazing score, great voice acting, and a story that's a lot more interesting than the book it's based on. Pretty much any of Don Bluth's early movies really. All Dogs Go to Heaven was always my favorite, just because how batshit crazy it was. Don Bluth's animation was awesome. Loved pretty much all he had done. Secret of NIMH, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Thumbelina, Anastasia, Pebble and the Penguin. It's a shame his studio didn't take off. Wow, what a typo. Not sure if anyone said this, but The Last Unicorn. Everything from the animation to the characters is stellar, and I don't think I've ever watched an animated movie that's made me feel the same way as The Last Unicorn does. Grave of the Fireflies. Never would have thought that an animated movie could make me cry like a little bitch. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind for me. The intricacy of Miyazaki's worlds is always fascinating, and I just love Nausicaa herself so much, as well as the tightly constructed plot. The Majesty of the Omu. Such a great movie. I have a few. Your Name is a fantastic piece of art, visually breathtaking. Song of the Sea is another gorgeous animated piece. Purely magical story rooted in Irish mythology. The art style is a little different and beautiful, and the sound design is also fantastic. The Breadwinner is another example of beautiful storytelling filled with empathic characters and realism, telling a difficult story through the eyes of a child. All three of these are kind of mood movies for me, for when I want to feel extra emotional. Secret of Kells, Song of the Sea, and The Breadwinner are amazing movies that needs more attention from people. Loving Vincent is the first, and to my knowledge only full-length film, where every frame is an oil painting. It's about a guy who goes to the town in southern France, where Vincent van Gogh was living, and tries to figure out how he died. Amazing movie all around. I'm pretty sure that counts as animation. Saw this in the theater, and sat in my usual spot, about halfway from the screen. Once it started, I realized I was too far away, and moved to the front row. Wow, it's the only film I will ever recommend sitting right up close. The detail is just so beautiful. Definitely The Road to El Dorado. Visually beautiful. Music by Elton John. Funny. I could rewatch that movie so many times. Tulio. Did you ever think it would come to this? The horse is a surprise. I think this, and The Emperor's New Groove shaped my humor more than any other animated movies. The Emperor's New Groove is a shit. Meet the Robinsons. Disney movie. I fell in love with it as a child. I have been ridiculously depressed lately, and I was going to watch something else on Netflix, but saw they had it on here and immediately started crying, so I put it on. Cried throughout the entire thing. Just before I was about to quit on myself entirely, that movie told me to keep moving forward. You learn from mistakes, successes, and not so much. Was a great reminder and definitely a favorite. I'd say the original Ghost in the Shell. Storytelling. Incredibly artistic hand-drawn scenes. Music that I can recall to this day. It was pretty groundbreaking artistically and ideologically for 1995. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Triplets of Belleville. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and go watch it. The Land Before Time. It was the first time movie that made me feel so many emotions that I couldn't place at the time. And watching Littlefoot cope with his mother's death was devastating. I watched it last year when it was on Netflix. Still cried. Thank you to whoever for the gold. When you see other people write this exact sentence it's like, okay, whatever. But it is actually pretty cool. Thank you to whoever. At 37 years old, I'm still emotionally fucked up from this movie and The Brave Little Toaster. That scene with Littlefoot thinking his shadow is his mom is so freaking heart-wrenching. Disney's Robin Hood. Hoodie-lally. The Great Mouse Detective is pretty fucking clever. Apparently I watched this movie so much as a child that the rest of my family absolutely hates it. Whoops. Mask of the Phantasm because Batman was checking to make sure someone mentioned this. Anastasia, 1997. The music provides a nice touch. No hotter animated character than Dimitri. Perfect Blue, because it actually pushes you to observe and has an after effect. Great art too. I love Paprika too. All the Satoshi Kon movies. R.I.P. Treasure Planet. Toy Story. A silent voice from Kyoto Animations. The way they show what it means to have friends, and how Dark Shoya touched me in a way no movie ever had. Isn't Kyoto Animations a studio that was burnt down by an arson? Yes, and murdered employees. Just to clarify that, it was the arsonist who murdered the employees, not Kyoto Animation. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I fucking love the animation style and humor in this movie. It also stays true to the book story while putting a fresh spin on it. Are you cussing me? I had to scroll this far down to find this? My all-time favorite animated movie is Laputa, Castle in the Sky by Studio Ghibli. The characters, the world building, the plot, the animation, and the score are all phenomenal. Has no one said Kubo and the Two Strings yet? Beautiful stop motion film from Leica, who created Coraline, Perinomon, etc. Not even addressing the brilliant story, themes and music in Kubo. The animation alone is just incredible. The skeleton model was 16 feet tall, and they created new techniques for things that had never been put to stop motion before, such as huge rolling waves in the ocean, done with cloth over origami. Some of the faces were 3D printed even. It's honestly one of the most elegantly told stories I've ever seen put to screen, and it's combined with the best stop motion animation I've ever seen. It's incredible. Please, next time Leica produces a film, go see it. They are independent and each one of their films has brought in less and less despite the quality going up and up. Kubo only barely brought in 78 mil against a 60 mil budget. Their most recent film, Missing Link, didn't even make back a quarter of its budget. Stop motion as a medium is really rare already, and to have it be done so well is utterly unheard of. I would hate to see Leica go down like this. And Regina Spektor's version of While My Guitar Gently Weeps is brilliant. Monsters Incorporated. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Spirited Away, link in description. A coming-of-age tale that revolves around personal ownership of actions, difficult choices, sacrifice and growth. A must-see for anyone ages 9 and higher. I would say that there is no best as a lot of entries on this list are must-see. Anything Ghibli really, but you should screen some of it if you're going to show it to children. My Neighbor Totoro, link in description, is a great watch for children of any age, but I wouldn't recommend Princess Mononoke, link in description, to anyone younger than 12. Also Patima Inverted, link in description, is a great watch for anyone older than 11 plus. I have many more to recommend, but those 3 are a good list, for now. Princess Mononoke anyone? How has nobody said The Road to El Dorado yet? That movie ticks every box. Stars. Can't do it. Not today. The Lion King, 1994. It has everything. Comedy, horror, drama, action. It holds up so well, and is way better than the remake. Not to mention the soundtrack is amazeballs. A Goofy movie. Hi Dad Soup. The Incredibles. Ratatouille. Fight me.